Kids don't know how to read. I recently interviewed Tess Chikalikal. She's a professor of Africana and English Studies at Bowdoin University, and she put it one way. She said, literacy is freedom, and right now that freedom is being attacked. In 2024, the NAAP released their national report card in which it stated that 66% of fourth grade students were not proficient in reading. In many states, it's actually third grade, which serves as the pivotal turning point from a student's education, being learning to read to reading to learn. So if 66% of fourth grade students don't know how to read, how the hell are they getting through school? And if you thought this literacy crisis was only affecting kids, you'd be wrong. Studies from the Pacific Research Institute show that 54% of adults can read no higher than a 6th grade reading level. But wait, it gets worse. 21% of American adults are functionally illiterate. Just one last stat as the cherry on top. About 70% of inmates can't read above a 4th grade reading level. So if we understand that literacy quite literally is freedom, then why have we let it fall under attack, and how did we get here in the first place? Well, I'd point my finger at Kenneth Goodman, the father of whole language. Goodman defined reading as a psycholinguistic guessing game, so I think you can see where we started going wrong. Dr. Clay Crowder is an educational psychologist I recently spoke to, and he defined whole language as a philosophy, whereas phonics, he mentioned, was a solid skill within structured literacy. If it's not quite making sense, take a look at this video.
They see a... Does anything in the picture help you with that last word?
Frog.
Frog, that's right. So this word here is a little bit tricky because it has 4 sounds in it. So let's look at how to read this word, okay? Can you tell me what the first sound in the word says?
Frog. Frog.
Awesome job.
In the holistic approach, the girl saw a photo of the frog. She knew the word was frog based off of, the context and the imagery. However, in a phonetical approach, the young girl was able to accurately sound out every single letter to fully understand what the word she's saying is. She doesn't have to see a picture of a frog. She knows F-R-O-G, frog. So at the end of the day, we stopped teaching phonics and test scores failed. Dr. Crowder defined the Matthew effect. In essence, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. The 66% of students who are still inefficient in reading just continue to decline. Meanwhile, the 34% of students continue to get better and better. This disparity between students should reveal that something isn't working. So why haven't we made a change? I asked this question to Denise Champney. She's a journalist who's been following the corporate takeover of our classrooms, and she said to follow the money. These online educational curriculum companies such as McGraw-Hill continually make billions while our kids continually fail their reading tests. As Denise put it, our education systems have drank the Kool-Aid of big tech, and there's no looking back. And if you don't believe me, let's just take a look at who's running McGraw-Hill now, Philip Moyer. Yeah, you mean the vice president of Google Cloud and co-founder of Vimeo?
All of that, plus AI capabilities that you have complete control over.
The tools you need to drive engagement and sales with video, all in one place. Vimeo.
Great, that's just great. It's no wonder that schools are moving curriculums online. They have no other choice. Everything is being industrialized by big tech. Anything to get the product in their hands, anything to make a child dependent on a screen, they're gonna do it. These companies are selling us a lie. Their curriculums don't work, the kids aren't reading, yet still they're capitalizing off of our classrooms. They're essentially profiting off the decline of our students. The longer students can't read, the more help they need, the more Chromebooks they need, etc., etc., etc. And whether these companies like McGraw-Hill or others are doing this unknowingly, maybe knowingly, doesn't really matter. The proof is in the pudding. Their systems don't work. Their Chromebooks are still selling. So what can we do about it? Kareem Weaver, literacy advocate and founder of Fulcrum, said there's no help coming. We can't afford to not work together anymore. He said it's not about the politics, it's not about opinions, it's about our kids. Weaver said we need to stop the school politics and ask ourselves, does it work? Do the online curriculums work? Does whole language work? No. Does phonics work? Yes. We need to go back to the basics. The second question we need to ask is there time? Many of these online curriculums are so jam-packed that teachers are overwhelmed and they don't know where to start. Hold these colleges of education accountable and ask yourself the question, is my child reading? These are all questions that need to be asked when forming the curriculum for students. Do what works for your kids, do what works for your schools, and do what works for the country. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, don't take excuses, get our kids reading. Literacy is freedom and it's worth fighting for.